Good morning, if I could have your attention. Morning. The welcoming music this morning is in the Teal hymnal, number 1007. There's a river flowing in my soul. So, as you can, if you may, stand up and sing the song, or at least in spirit. Please.
There's a river flowing in my soul. There's a river flowing in my soul. And it's telling me that I'm somebody. There's a river flowing in my soul. There's a river
Welcome to this Sunday service at the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Charlotte County, also known as UUFCC, in Florida. My name is Ted, and I am this morning's worship associate. This service is broadcast live on YouTube and is recorded for later viewing. We wish to express our gratitude to all those who are making this service possible. Our technology team with Corey, Tom, and Doug, our pianist and choir director, Margaret, the members of our choir, the welcoming greetings at the door, our snack preparers and donors, decorators, housekeepers, groundskeepers, and our members and friends and supporters. It is our practice to use first names only to protect everyone's privacy. Whatever your faith, country of origin, or heritage, whoever you are, whomever you love, you are welcome here. We are glad you chose this congregation as your place of worship today. We open our hearts to accept all people of whatever diversity. For those hurting, we try to comfort your pain. We believe in the religion of love and inclusion. It is good that we gather here today. If you are new here or would like to learn more about our fellowship, you can speak with our greeters, email Anna, our administrator, or visit our website. Is there anyone here today who is new for the first time? Please raise your hand and Doug will come to you and you can tell us your name and it's a little bit something about you, if you wish. You don't have to. Okay, there you go.
Jane. I just wanted to check you guys out, so I'm here.
Very good, Jane. Very good.
I hope we passed.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Thank you. Not exactly the first time, but Dave and Florence are back, and we're really glad to see all of you. It looks wonderful to see all those great faces again, and looking forward to getting a chance to chat.
Very good. Very good. Very good, Lord.
Anyone else? Okay, thank you. Where am I? Now is the time for the prelude. That's what I have written on my notes here, but it's not on the order of service. Oh.
It's called Heartlight.
Heart Light. Okay, all right. Margaret will play Heart Light. Beautiful, beautiful. It is not only the wonder of the beautiful music, but for me, from this side, to watch the fingers run so quickly and easily across. As Jamie comes forward to light the chalice, and those who are at home may light your own candle or chalice if you have one. The rest, please repeat with me the words of our affirmation as in our order of service. Love is the spirit of this fellowship, and service is its law. This is our aspiration, to dwell together in peace, to seek truth in love, and to help one another. There you go. Very good. Thank you. Now we will sing in the Teal hymnal, number 1008, When Our Heart is in a Holy Place.
When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place.
The opening words today are by David Spangler. True community requires commitment and openness. It is a willingness to extend yourself to encounter and know the other. The Book of Life. If Arlene will please bring the Book of Life up. We have a tradition of sharing our joys, sorrows, and milestones by entering them into our Book of Life, which is located at the back of the sanctuary to the right as you enter. You may also email your entry to the Book of Life at UUFCC.org prior to Saturday. It will be read on Sunday and written into the Book of Life. I looked at the Book of Life, and today no one has written anything. So we move on to the next step. In the spirit of respectful witness, those present are invited to come forward, share a few words of joy or sorrow, drop a stone, the stones are there and the water bowl is above, into the bowl of water, and you may also do it silently without saying anything at all. Those who would like to do this are invited to come forward at this time. Anybody? Yes, several bodies.
My name is Carolyn Kay. This will probably be my last Sunday here because on Friday I'm leaving for Peru and I don't know if or when I will ever return. So I look around, I love the grounds. I've been coming here 12 years. I've seen many changes here, some good, some not so good, but we've weathered the storms and moved on. And look what we have. Look what we have. I am not able to cry because I have Sjogren's syndrome, which means I can't make tears. But I am crying internally for the state of the world. If I were a good witch, I would change the state of the world, but I'm not. I am going to miss so many of you. Some of you are new and I don't know you. But you beautiful old faces, I love you, and I will be sending the best wishes and love to you from the Andes Mountains always, always. May you be blessed in everything you do. Thank you so much for years of joy here in this building. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Jackie, and I have a joy. I am going to be celebrating on Monday 40 years of not smoking. Yay!
Oh, I'm doing it backwards, aren't I? I'll wake up, another cup of coffee, I'll be fine. I was able to participate, I know some of you did, in the rally we had at Murdoch Circle yesterday. I took some video, and there was over 100 people there, and it really did my heart good to see the new people, and I hope that grows every Tuesday at noon. There's another rally, so if you want to participate.
Good morning, everyone. It's nice to see everybody. My name is Mike, and I have a joy to share. My oldest son, Dan, was down fishing last week, and he's a dedicated crappie fisherman, and we finally caught some fish. But anyway, the joy is he's a dedicated writer, had several books self-published, and recently got a major contract with a book company. So we're very happy for him. His idol is Stephen King, if that tells you anything.
Good morning, my name's Nancy, and I want to share a sorrow and a joy. A really good friend of mine died last week, and she was like my age, and if there was a rat pack, at our college. It was this group of friends that hang out and still are in touch. And so my sorrow is to lose her, and also that we sort of lost touch over the last few years. And I tried to reach out once. We're both bad at reaching out. That's always terrible. I like to be friends with people that are good at reaching out, because I will reciprocate, but it's like, it's hard. And it's just, I wish I had seen her. I reached out to her in December when I was there, but she didn't make it, and I knew she was having issues. But no one really knows what happened. I'm sure more will be revealed, and I'm not going to be able to go to her service, but the joy is, ever since that happened, I'm like, oh my God, I forgot. She was my maid of honor, although I called her my woman of honor. And I was in her wedding, and we played pinball together, and on and on and on and on. You know, there was just so many memories, and I do have those. I'm going to try to write them up and give them to her daughters. So anyway, that's my story.
I'm Dave, and Florence and I have been members here for a quarter century, and we much prefer seeing you in person than in those little boxes on the television set. I'm putting in the stone for 2 healings I'd like to see. We almost didn't get here because 2 weeks before, Florence fell and broke her right arm, and she is getting better every day, but be careful with her when you when you talk to her. And I got here, I was about to meet somebody that I've been corresponding with since I read a book that he wrote. Turns out he's lived a life that's almost parallel to mine. It's just amazing. As a young man, he joined the Peace Corps and left the country for a couple of years and became a teacher and a sailor. When I was young, I got a Fulbright. I lived in England for a year. And then I came back and was a teacher and sailor. So it's just absolutely amazing, like parallel lives. Anyhow, we were scheduled to meet them this week, and his wife, his first mate, fell and broke her hip. So that is obviously going to be put off. But I wish good healing for both of those young ladies, and we're just thrilled to be back with you all.
Hi, I'm Shelley, and I actually have another reason why I came up, but the first reason is I dissent. I dissent. So, you know, keep it strong. My niece gave this to me. I said, I can wear this to this place, but I'd be afraid to wear it to Publix. So, kind of a scary thing. Anyway.
Wow, we're running out of stones. Well, I have a joy that in a couple hours we have 6 family members arriving, which is great, and 4 grandkids. Have also a concern that right before I came in here, my trans son texted me that he forgot 1 booster seat. We have 3. So we'll have a bit of a dilemma in a couple of hours, too. If anybody has an extra one, let me know.
Hi, my name is Roxy. I am a trans woman, and I have a sorrow and a joy to share. My sorrow is I have recently found out that another trans woman friend of mine has ended her own life. And her name was almost the same as mine. Her name was Roxanne. And I told my dad about it because I needed someone to comfort me. And I told him about it, and this is my joy to share. I told my dad that I am afraid of the same political climate that scared her. And I told him that I am trans. I came out to him. He didn't really know what a trans woman was, so I had to explain it to him. And he told me, you can be whatever you want to be, and I will always be on your side.
Now I'm crying, Good morning, I'm Patrick E. Friday I went to the doctor and got out my 20 staples. I told the nurse she could have them. I like to share. So now I'm able to drive. So Saturday I went to the Venice United Church of Christ Church. They had a forum for LGBTQ folks, and it was very well attended. Wendy was there from our PFLAG new treasurer. She also goes to Winter Garden Presbyterian Church, which is very inclusive also. So that was a nice day. They had explaining LGBTQ, all the letters, and then they had a panel of people speaking, whether they were queer or queer folks in their family. And it was a very, very good day. And there are places that are inclusive. So we have to keep fighting like our wonderful congregation here.
Hi, everybody. My name is Betty. I'm chair of the Immigration Justice Committee. The Immigration Justice Committee will meet for the last time this Wednesday. I'm stepping down as chair, but immigration justice continues in a bigger, more organized arena. We have a local council, the Charlotte Harbor LULAC, which is the League of United Latin American Citizens, which you have been very supportive of, and we thank you. So we are in a better place than we were 8 years ago. We're organized, we have networks, we have alliances, and immigration justice will continue. Thank you for all your support. And that's my joy. Thank you.
It's taken me a minute to decide if my worry is worth putting on all of your heads. But my mom died at the age of 86 from carotid artery surgery. I'm 88. I got a call from the doctor this week, and I knew that when it was the doctor actually calling, there was something to pay attention to, and my left carotid artery is over 70% blocked. And so I have a carotid artery CAT scan tomorrow. I would ask that, this is what I would ask, that you see that carotid artery just flowing freely. And the doctor saying, oops, I made a mistake, it's all fixed. However, realistically, I would like you to see a good result in me walking around. Into the big ball. We are running out.
Oh. That makes sense. Yes, I'm Alan. This is to commemorate my late friend Stacy. It would have been her birthday on last Monday, and she did in her life, and she was only here twice for night events. Could never get her up in the morning to come here, but I'm just sorry she couldn't be here.
Hi, my name is Cindy, and I have a joy. My daughter, who I think a lot of you met a month ago that was here, she's now engaged to the gentleman she was with. So they're getting married in August.
Oh, the last stone. My name's Jory. Been down here with my wife since 2022, right after Ian, and just happened to land here. I don't know why, and was lucky to find this place. I knew about it, but a little bit of an introvert, so I hadn't really come until the last little while. So all the stories are so heartwarming, and I just wanted to share that. Like I said, I was a little introverted. Not really, but the protest yesterday, I knew I had to go, and knowing what, as we mentioned, with Publix and what's going on in this city, I was a little nervous, but the support that happened out there was absolutely amazing. It just warmed my heart and gave me hope, and I'm just excited to do whatever I can. So, thank you.
The final stone represents those joys and sorrows that remain unspoken, but are held in our hearts. May we hold all these and one another in love and tenderness, so that this fellowship continues to be a source of strength and comfort, courage and hope in the days ahead. Now we will have a moment of meditation, and Margaret will play her harp. Thank you, that was very beautiful. The title of today's message is The Spiritual Practice of Trust in the Beloved Community, presented by Reverend Ann Barker.
Isn't that cool? I suddenly grew about 8 inches. The Reverend Michelle Collins shared this in the packet for this month's material for trust. The practice of trust has deep roots in UU history, particularly in the movement's emphasis on religious freedom and the democratic process. Early Unitarians and Universalists trusted individuals to seek for truth for themselves, rejecting authoritarian creeds and doctrines. This trust was evident in the 1568 Edict of Torda, where King John Sigismund of Transylvania declared the first legal recognition of religious freedom, trusting in people and their ability to choose their faith without coercion, and specified the Unitarian tradition as one of the recognized religions. Similarly, early Universalists trusted in the ultimate reconciliation of all souls, emphasizing the boundless love of God instead of fear or judgment. These theological and historical commitments to freedom and love reflect an enduring trust in human agency and in the divine. Now imagine living in a time and in places where your religious practice, if not your own personal beliefs, was determined by your ruler, king, queen, duke, prince. During the years following the beginning of the Reformation, matters of religion and faith were fluid and dangerous. If you refused to conform to it, it could cost you your property, business, wealth, family, and even your life. In contrast, early Unitarians wanted to have people use their own brain and heart to determine their spiritual path. King John's policy made it possible for Roman Catholics, Lutherans, Calvinists to worship as they chose. Orthodox Christians, Armenians, Jews, and Muslim could also practice their faith. This was such a radical idea that it did not survive the death of King John. And the Unitarian Church in Transylvania still struggle to practice their own faith. Unitarianism was brought to the early colonies by English Unitarians who founded churches based on religious freedom of belief, forbidding creedal tests. King's Chapel in Boston is the first Unitarian church in America and remains a Christian Unitarian congregation. While on a hop-on, hop-off bus tour of historic Boston, Crystal and I went by the chapel and saw that the Wednesday afternoon service was about to begin. So we hopped off and entered the church, taking our seats in the enclosed New England-style pews. I thought we had entered a time machine, as the service was almost verbatim the same service as my childhood, down to the these and thous, and referring to God and all humans as masculine. We were heartily invited to the lunch they serve after that service, and I asked someone why in the 1980s, when their Book of Common Prayer was published, they chose this language. She said, well, the UUA has commented about it, but we're sticking to our choice. The clergy of this church wear typical vestments in traditional colors of the church year. They preach from the appointed biblical texts, and often they celebrate communion. In New England and also across the country, you can find UU Christian churches. I know many of you would not feel comfortable in this congregation, as I have been told in surveys, most of you are humanists. You trust in science to give us the answers of how everything we see got here and how we are to live. You trust human agency alone to govern how you treat each other. You hold to these ideas with optimism that people can find their own way in life and treat others with the same respect. Yet we acknowledge that you, along with Buddhists, neo-pagans, many more religious traditions, and especially gays, lesbians, transgendered people, have found a welcome in this amazing salad bowl of beliefs and practices. Universalists came a bit later, and centering their communities on the premise that all persons will eventually be saved. Persons were free to live out of love, trust, and hope in the mercy of God, instead of the tyranny of fear. Like Unitarians, they spread across this country, especially in the West. Again, in the early years, they were clearly Christian. And if you see a UU congregation that says it is the Universalist Church of such and such a place, they were probably originally Christian. The UU congregation of Tarpon Springs has roots deep in Judeo-Christian tradition. Their building looks like a typical Protestant Christian church. They continue to tell about their roots, even as they welcome people of different traditions. Oh, and this part may hurt some of your hearts. They have a small but well-crafted Sunday school program for children. We're trying. In the 1960s, these two groups, Unitarians and Universalists, joined together in the UUA. Over the years, more and more congregations tended to be humanist and began to accept more diverse people in their congregations. Room was made for everyone and those who are still sorting out what they believe and how they would like to live. Today, we take religious freedom for granted, at least in this country, but history tells us a different story. Have you reflected on this freedom? Your forebears trusted you to engage in the responsible search for truth and meaning, and then live that out every day and in community. How are you living your beliefs out in your everyday life and within this community? Do you spend the time and effort to read and think about your path and to make any course corrections needed? I have heard folks in UU congregations denigrate anyone who holds a belief in the supernatural, in the movement of the stars, and other such beliefs. Others assume they know about Christianity, Judaism, and the various neo-pagan traditions. Therefore, they need not listen to an individual explain their personal beliefs and practices. This may lead to misunderstandings and even hostility. Now, many people come to UUism thinking this is a free religious tradition. And they have no expectation of contributing time, talent, or treasure to the group. As is explained in our services, every Sunday, this fellowship, as any other religious, social, or political group, needs dedicated volunteers sharing their gifts and talents. It requires money to meet expenses. The group trusts the members to be as generous in all areas as they can. Without this commitment, the group could not exist. In turn, elected leaders of the community take on the trust of the community to manage the resources wisely, responsibly, and to the benefit of the entire group. Without this trust, the group might well be bogged down in constant struggle. Do you pay close attention at the annual meeting and think deeply about the way things are going? Do you agree wholeheartedly when asked to serve on the board of trustees or a committee? You laugh. Are you willing to help out with the housekeeping chores of maintaining the building and its grounds, or working in the kitchen to support coffee hour and the first Sunday potluck? That's today. Then we have a very important issue. Are you trustworthy in your relationships within the community? Do you welcome newcomers with gladness and open arms? Do you make a point of sitting near people you don't know very well? Of walking them to coffee hour, sitting with them, and getting to know them? Lastly, you always, yes, always, treat others with kindness, respectfulness, gentleness, and are engaging when speaking with anyone and everyone in the congregation. Do you review the fellowship covenant occasionally and make a point to live by it? Not only is this how the community has agreed to live together, it is how visitors will gauge whether they desire to become part of this community. I know, I can hear it. At this point, your brains are shouting, "Reverend Ann, stop!" You are boring us to death with another talk based on history and other things we don't care about. We want something fun and exciting to listen to. We don't need another lecture. But trust within this community is very important and is always to be nurtured and cared for. We need to remember that. Trust in your ability to think for yourself, put your heart in high gear, and live in this community is just what your ancestors passed on to you. We need to remember that. Think of the ancestors, many of whom lost their lives for being different. Think of the ancestors who built this association to support free religious choice and a place where very diverse people can live together, work together, care for the world together. It is their gift to you. And now, we must all live into the future, carrying the trust they placed in us into the future.
Thank you, Reverend. As was just emphasized, the offering. The offering is a sacrament of the free church, supported by the generosity of all who join with us, members and friends. It is our privilege and responsibility to ensure the health and future of this fellowship. If you are here for the first time, do not feel obligated to give. Your presence is your gift. The ushers will pass the offering baskets. You may also mail checks to the office, drop them in a mailbox, or call the office to make other arrangements. The Venmo app may also be used. If your offering is for another purpose, then our operating fund, such as Second Helping, indicated on your check's memo line. Your generosity is always appreciated. The offertory music is Generous in Prosperity, written by Margaret. Ushers.
The words are, be generous in prosperity and thankful in adversity. Be worthy of the trust of your neighbor and show him a bright and friendly face. Be generous in prosperity and thankful in adversity. Be generous in prosperity and thankful in adversity. Be worthy of the trust of your neighbor, and show him a bright and friendly face. Be generous in prosperity and thankful in adversity. Be generous in prosperity and thankful in adversity. Be worthy of the trust of your neighbor, and show him a bright and friendly face. He has a lamp unto them that walk in darkness. He has a lamp unto them that walk in darkness. Be generous in prosperity and thankful in adversity. Be generous in prosperity and thankful in adversity. Be worthy of the trust of your neighbor, and show them a bright and friendly face. Be a home for the stranger, 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 home for the stranger, a home for the stranger, home for the stranger, a 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 home for the stranger.
Now for the life of our community, and given to the cards, it's quite lively. Please read the information on the back of the order of service. Check the weekly update, our UUFCC website at uufcc.org, and our monthly newsletter. To highlight fellowship events during the service, email the worship associates at the Book of Life at uufcc.org. We have a number of cards that have come up. I think we should start with Dick. Please come forward now.
I had quite a build-up here. As you can see, it's pledge time, but no singing this time, no skit. As Joe Friday said, and I'm dating myself, just give me the facts. So to start, what is a pledge? I checked with Webster, and one definition is commitment. That led me to ask, is there a difference between pledge and commitment? For us at UUFCC, a pledge is asking, what are you planning to donate to our fellowship this coming year? The answer could be the same as last year, maybe more, but my expenses are going up, but so it's the same for UUFCC. part-timers, snowbirds like me, may donate and keep remembering us since they don't turn off the lights when we're not here. And this was where commitment comes in. Soon we will vote to approve our budget. The budget outlines our commitment to meet payroll, ministry, music, worship, utilities, building, maintenance, and our UUA annual program fee. By the way, we receive no funds from UUA. We meet our obligation. Pledge income is our most reliable source to meet these commitments, along with the annual donation from our own endowment fund. I heard of a rabbi who was once asked by a member how much to pledge. He replied, "It should be just enough to hurt just a little bit." All pledges are appreciated. $120 pledge is $10 a month. $550 pledge is $25 a month. A $3,600 pledge is $300 a month. All pledges are welcome. None is too large. Pledge payments must include your name. You can use cash. If you're using cash, you can put it in an envelope showing your name on it. And by the way, those envelopes are available on the welcoming desk. All pledges are appreciated. Our pledge income is 80% of our total income that supports meeting our commitments. It is the most reliable source of income. Please help balance our pledge to our commitment. Thank you very much.
Shelley has an announcement.
You know I'm up here. It's the auction again. So again, you're still scrolling down and down and down. There's still information on the auction that's in your daily or your weekly updates. But I wanted to just bring up a couple of things. Is the table for signing up will be out there after the service today. We still need volunteers for auctioneers, servers, and bartenders. I'm looking at the person who's going to be a greeter. Not you, Pam, behind you. And then please sign up after the service. We're still looking for services for our live auction part. We are getting some silent auction items. Keep bringing them in, or actually, please call Lori before you bring them in, just in case they're, we don't want anything broken. Intact and sellable is probably a good idea. I know, that sounds terrible. But in our live auction, and I know some of you have volunteered vegan meals, you've volunteered yard work. The only way that I know that you're volunteering is to email me and tell me what you're volunteering. Just volunteering it and showing up and saying, hey, I volunteered this, will not get it sold in the auction. This is our single fundraiser for the year. I will tell you that Jim Boyle is offering something pretty phenomenal. So it's really important. So the sign up is $20 a ticket. However, in the light that we do know that, some people might not be within their budget expectations, we are offering scholarships for this as well. So thank you very much for your time. But we're having a meeting Tuesday. If anybody's interested in showing up, because we're having this thing and we're getting close, at I think it was 10:30 a.m., in case you want to bring in your opinions. Thanks.
Patrick has an announcement to make.
I wanted to mention next Saturday, the 8th, is Venice, Florida Pride event. So it's going to be at Suncoast MCC Church in Venice. So that is on Venice Avenue between River Road and Jacaranda. So you're going up, it's on the right-hand side, from 10 a.m. till 4. So PFLAG will have a table there. Face painting, any age, I'll paint your face, you know. Not your house, just your face. Yeah. So there will be vendors there will be food, and it'll be a nice event. Okay.
There's an announcement from Trudy. Today is the last Sunday for our talented fiber artists. Be sure to take a second look. Peg Green's colorful series of chalices and Ancient Goddess series are amazing, while Ellen's organic series and Hama's quiet quilts are equally impressive. 30% of any sales are donated to UUFCC. See how many did I get? That's about it. Sue has a announcement about brown bag lunches on Wednesday, the first Wednesday of every month. It'll be March 5th at noon. Brown bag lunches are for getting together and chatting with other members. It's a nice way to get to know each other, low-key and no agenda. This month it is the first day of Lent. Okay. The closing words are by Paul Bloom. We are constituted so that simple acts of kindness, such as giving to charity or expressing gratitude, have a positive effect on our long-term moods. The key to the happy life, it seems, is the good life, a life with sustained relationships, challenging work, connections to community. As Jamie comes up to extinguish the chalice, we will recite the traditional words that are in your order of service. Jamie. Okay, please recite. We extinguish this chalice, but not the light of hope, the fire of commitment, or the warmth of community. May these ideals shine in our lives and warm our hearts until we are together again. The closing music is in the Gray Hymnal, number 100. I've got peace like a river.
Before we start, just the repeat goes back to the first verse. So you do the first verse, and then there's a repeat, and it goes back to the first verse. Okay, then when we're doing the second verse, we have the repeat, and it goes back to the second verse. It's my understanding it was done differently before, but that's the way the song goes.
I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like
That's all, folks.